All right, I am Mike Moreno reporting for DamoWildcats.com and joined right now by our head men's soccer coach, Bobby McCall. Coach, since we spoke last, just one game to talk about. It was a 5-1 loss at New York Institute of Technology this past weekend, and tough outing for your guys. NYIT was a team that was struggling a little bit offensively, but they seemed to break out in the game before. It was a non-conference game for them. I think it was a 3-3 tie, and they put 5 up on you on Saturday. So what were your thoughts coming out of the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was disappointing. The disappointing aspect for us was that we never really felt like we showed up. We started the game slow, we started it poor, we gave away some early goals, and we never really recovered. So that was disappointing for us, but I think coming into the season we knew that there was going to be some ups and downs, and that was definitely probably one of the biggest lows that we've had this season. But the good thing about it is the guys are learning. We do have a young team, we have a lot of freshmen, and sometimes you need to go through games like that in order to make sure it doesn't happen again and to learn from it. NYIT were good. We knew that their record really didn't reflect how good they were, finishing third in the conference last year, picked to finish second. So they were good, but the most disappointing thing was we didn't really feel like we did ourselves justice. We feel like we didn't show up, and if we did, we could have maybe had some success, but credit to NYIT, they took advantage, and it's a learning curve.
Learning curve. How do you go about fixing the mistakes that you're seeing on the field coming out of a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, Sunday morning we watched the film together as a team, which I think was beneficial. I think it's always good for the guys, as difficult as it might be to watch it back. You sometimes got to see what the coaches are seeing that maybe they don't see on the field. So I think that was good. We've had some team meetings. We've met with groups of players by position and kind of talked about a few things. So, like I said, I think it's hard at the time, but it's been a positive thing because it's kind of forced us to address some issues that maybe we hadn't addressed up to that point. And I think we're stronger moving forward because of it.
On a positive note, Noah Keem, he scored your only goal on Saturday. He had scored his first career goal in the previous game, which was September 25th against Shepherd, a 4-0 win. So goals in back-to-back games for him, and he picks up East Coast Conference Rookie of the Week honors. He's the second player to get a weekly award from the conference this season. Christian Adenoy was Rookie of the Week earlier in September. So, what does it mean for your team when you're picking up those weekly awards? This is the first time that Damon's had 2 weekly award winners in the same season since joining the ECC in 2013. Yeah,
I mean, without putting too much importance and emphasis on individual awards, it is still good to get them. I think it's good for the guys' confidence. The 2 guys that have got them are freshmen. So it's always nice to be recognised. It's nice for our program to get that recognition because it means that, hopefully we're doing something right. We're competing, we're scoring goals. It's primarily been the guys in attack that have been getting those awards. So yeah, I mean, we're happy that that's happening. I think we see it as a positive without putting too much emphasis on it. I mean, Noah has kind of been a victim of his own success, and what I mean by that is that we moved him to defense in the 3rd game of the season because he's such a good all-round player. So it's only just been recently that we've moved him into the attack again, and he shows he can do it on both ends. So really been happy with him, and hopefully we'll get a few more of those awards as the season goes on.
Before we move ahead to what's to come this week, I wonder, you're basically a month into your season now, 3-7 overall, 0-3 in the league. If you had to put a grade on the first month, A, B, C, D, or F, I don't know, do they have those grades in Scotland? Is it the same?
I've been in America long enough.
Okay. So what grade would you give your team at this point?
Man, that's a good question. I don't think we're satisfied. We're definitely not satisfied. We feel like we've left a couple of games out there that had we done a little bit better in certain moments or certain spells in the game, we could have had a few more wins. So maybe we're hovering around a B right now, maybe B minus, just because I think we've left a few games out there. But I've definitely seen a lot of progress from the guys, and we are a young team and we're learning, every week. So I think because of the progress, we're happy, but we're not satisfied. We want more, and we feel like with the 8 games left in the season, there's a lot of wins out there if we can show up and perform.
Well, I think it's important to have that hunger and that drive that you guys have to want to get better and want to see some results. But I think on a team with 24 newcomers and 22 freshmen, a B or a B minus at this point in the season, I think you'd have to say is a success. Looking ahead to this week, first I want to talk to you. Wednesday night, you guys will go play. It's a rivalry game for us at Roberts Wesleyan. I'm sure it's going to mean a little bit of something to you too. This will be your first trip back to Roberts since coming over. You were the Roberts women's coach for a number of years, and this will be, as I said, your first trip back to play a game at Roberts.
Yeah, it's an important game for our season, just because of where we're at, and with it being a conference game, you add the rivalry to it, and that's enough to give us motivation and to give me motivation. It's going to be nice to go back. I have a lot of fond memories there, especially on that field. But we got to put emotion to the side and make sure that we're ready to go. So I'm just approaching it like another game. The guys are approaching it like another game. It's a little bit more special for me as I'm familiar with the place, and I'll probably see a lot of familiar faces. But I want to win just as much as I want to win against anybody else. So hopefully we can put in a good performance.
Typical coach speak, deflecting any of the individual attention on yourself. Going past that, home game Saturday against Mercy, who's one of the hotter teams in the league this year.
Yeah, Mercy came in here last year and kind of handed it to us. Now we're obviously a very different team, but those memories are still there. They're a good team. They're very talented. They got a lot of good individuals. It's going to be a tough game, but our focus this week is on making sure that we show up, because if we show up in any game, we feel that we've got a chance. And we can make life very difficult for anybody that comes in. But yeah, we know they've won a couple of games recently. They beat NYIT last week, and we've seen NYIT can play. So yeah, we're just expecting another tough game on Saturday.
Well, as always, we'll have you covered with all the information that you need on both of the games this week at DamonWildcats.com. And Coach, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.